Okay, you amazing people. Let's see. Okay, give me just a second. All right, I am good to go now. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. Big waves to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay. Well, keep letting us know where you're tuning in from in the chats and in the comments. And I said yesterday I was going to send two people a book. We were going to have a deal. We're going to do that today. So I got a John C. Maxwell book that I'm going to send two people today, okay? And the key word's going to be dream. So we're going to play along in just a little bit with that word. But before we do, the word for Stacy Bright for her year is humility. Humility. Now, I love this word because, for one, I believe in any sector of our life, we got to pray for humbleness and humility and to keep our pride suppressed, right? Because that thing can get very boisterous, and the expectations of what we deserve in life can get very inflated unless we keep our humility. So, if you look at the definition of humility, it's the quality of having a modest view of one's own importance. It's about being grounded, open to learning, and not letting pride get in the way. Now, I don't know about you, but I know about me in 49 years. I have let my pride get in the way at times. I've let my ego get in the way at times. At times, I thought I was the smartest person in the room. And so, what I've learned along the way is humility gets you so much further. Like, and here's what it is not humility is not thinking less of yourself, it's thinking about yourself less. Does that make sense? So you can still have confidence. You can still believe in yourself. You can still believe I've got these massive, great skills, but you're not sitting around all day, every day thinking about you. You're thinking about others. And so here's what humility is to me, it's recognizing that there's always going to be somebody to learn from, and there's always going to be something to learn and make myself better doing. And at the end of the day, I never want to be the smartest person at the table. That's a problem. That's where growth stops. That's where challenging yourself to grow, you suppress. So here's what it is. Here's why it's so important. Humility. It keeps us teachable. Like if I stay humble, if I keep humility in my life, I'm always going to be teachable. Meaning I want to learn from John Frick. I want to learn from Ashley Paulson, from Courtney Pickett. Like I want to learn from all of you because learning's growing and I always want to be growing. It also, humble people build stronger relationships. People want to be around people that embody humility. And it also, stats show that humility leads to better leadership. You can lead bigger armies by humility being in your daily walk. So, all those are things that I believe is huge. And I say this to myself all the time, even in my profession today, is I've got to check my ego at the door, right? I got to check my humility at the door. Am I walking with a humble approach? Or do I think I deserve it? Or do I think I've earned it? Or do I think it should just happen for me? Like they owe me, right? Is those the words that my mind is telling myself right now? Or is my mind telling, I need to learn more? I need to get around better people so I can grow. You know, I need to figure out ways to help people more, right? How can I help them win more? How can I um, join and be a better team player? All of these thoughts are thoughts of a true, humble person walking in humility. So, Andrea, I'll turn it to you.
Well, great lesson. Very humble. Beautiful lesson. So good job. And the quote that I found this morning was pride makes us artificial and humility makes us real. And that's Thomas Merton. And I think when I heard that, I thought, man, I really want to walk around being real, right? I want people to know the real me, to be comfortable with the real me. I don't want to walk around with a mask on all the time. So I guess that means that I've got to learn how to be humble. Now, I don't think this is necessarily something I struggle with too much, but you never know because we all can get stuck by that bug, struck by that bug every once in a while, where maybe we think we're smarter than or we know better than, right? Anybody have that where you're talking to somebody and you're like, no, I know the right way, right? I know. But maybe if we were more humble in that moment, we realize, oh, I can learn something. So what I looked into is, okay, this sounds well and good, but what can I learn from it? What is the power of humility? So the first thing is it makes us a better listener. People will actually want to talk to you when you're humble because you don't what's that? What's steamroll the conversation, right? You don't think that only the words coming out of your mouth have value. You can actually listen to the other person and communicate together. Next, it makes you handle criticism a little bit better because you don't move to that defensive place. Right. Sometimes there's a place I need help. When you criticize me, I am going to get defensive. I hate being wrong more than anything because I don't want to mess up, right? So, but if I can be humble in those moments, I can hear it, I can learn from it without immediately pushing whatever that criticism away and get defensive about it. Next, if I can truly be humble and live in a place of humility, I'm going to attract the right kind of people because I'm going to surround myself with people that want to lift me up, right? That don't feel the need to tear me down. Because have you ever had somebody where you're like, man, they are big for their britches, and you don't want to feed into it. You kind of want to be like, pull them back down to earth a little bit. So as long as we're not that person, nobody feels that way about us, and they can work with us to go lift us up. Next, it helps us from making foolish mistakes. When we're full of pride and we think we're right and we think we can't do anything wrong, well, then we're blind to our own flaws and we can step off into things that really we shouldn't. So if I walk in and I think we talked about this the other day, that I could race Lance McAllister and I could win, well, I'm probably going to hurt myself. I might just keel over on the track, whatever it may be, because I had this false pride of what I could actually do. But if I had humility, then I can step into maybe, well, couch to 5K. That's the only race that I'm probably going to do anytime soon. So we can just focus on that. And then humility truly leads us to real confidence because the real strength inside us is knowing that what our limits are, knowing that we have them, knowing what our true strengths are, and then realizing that, you know what? I don't have to prove anything to anyone. I just need to be the best version of me that I possibly can be, work to improve that as often as I can, but I don't have to be better than anybody else. Because I really think that that's what kind of that pride comes from is we think we have to be better than someone else when we realize, you know what? We all put our pants on one leg at a time. We're all the same, whether we're whatever the things are that we look up to, we're all the same. And that gives us that strength to know that I'm good enough right here where I am. So that's what I had this morning. Um, did we,
Great lesson. Great lesson. I
yeah,
mean, we all need to pray for humility. So that's amazing. Do we have a birthday, Andrea? Are you trying
I'm
to say something?
hunting. I'm hunting
Okay.
real quick.
All right. So here's what I want everybody to do. Two things. One is take a picture of this morning or a selfie or something, tag us in it and say, hey, join us on the Coach's Corner. Follow us on social media, or tag us on social media. We want to get the word out about this call. But in the comments, we're about to pick 2 people for John Maxwell, Dare to Dream. I'm going to send you each a copy of that amazing read. So here we go in the comments, the word dream. And it's all the pressure's on Andrea. The pressure's on Andrea. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Andrea. Who's the 2? Who's the 2?
Oh, I only got one. So I
Okay.
got
Keep them going. Keep them going.
okay.
Who's
I
the
got
first?
so far. We've got Christina Proctor. So Christina,
Christina
I'll put my number
Proctor.
in the chat in just a second.
Congratulations. Dream, dream, dream. Come on now. Come on now. Dream with humility. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Who do we got, Andrea?
Oh, we got John Frick. So John and
Frick.
Christina, text
There
me,
you go.
text me your address.
Okay.
We'll get them out.
Great job.
My
Great
number in the
job.
chat.
Guys, we love each and every one of you. Have a great Thursday out there. We'll see you back tomorrow to close out the week. Love you guys.
Love you guys. Have a beautiful day.
God bless you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a great
Have a great day.
Blessings,
Have a great
everyone.
day.
Yeah.
Bye.
Great
Guys.
day, everybody.